Hi, everyone. A warm welcome to our Twitter space with Vaultka. Warm welcome also because the place where I'm at, it's around 40 degrees Celsius here, and it's really, really hot. Plus, alongside, we are facing heavy rains. I hope the weather in your cities and towns are really pleasant. It's, it's summertime in India, and I hope you all have already heard the heat Indians have to go through every year. But other than this, a very warm and affectionate welcome to all of you. We are really, really excited to partner with Vaultka. We have a lot to discuss today. We want to discuss what our partnership means, what all things Vaultka is been doing. We will also share what all things we have been doing in the last 2 weeks, and especially things Vaultka and Palmswap will be doing together. So before diving into what our partnership together looks like, let's first take a brief introduction from everybody from the Vaultka team. I am Vikrant Mansera. You can call me Vico. I am the marketing manager at Palmswap. I will be hosting the Twitter space today, and adding to this, I will also share some brief information about Palmswap. We will later carry more discussions towards Vaultka's offerings, what we are building together, and also in general about liquidity pools, LP tokens, uh, in general about perpetual dexes, how Vaultka is also collaborating with perpetual dexes, and so on. So starting from Team Vaultka, can you please give us a brief introduction about yourselves, your names, your designations, plus also a very brief introduction about Vaultka. Thank you.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Hi. So basically, I will be today from the Vaultka side. I'm Finnish BD lead for Vaultka. Thanks a lot for hosting us. We are very excited about the upcoming partnership with Palmswap. We are super excited about you guys building, and just looking forward for the AMA to discuss the DeFi partnership, perp dexes on Arbitrum, on BNB chain. Absolutely, yeah. And by the way, I hope that everything goes fine in India, that no one gets hurt and just everyone gets safe. Yeah. So just happy to start here. I think I will be just the only one from my side from Vaultka.
For sure. Thank you. Okay, let's start discussing with about in general, like what is Vaultka, what Vaultka does, what are the features you're providing to companies and DeFi space in general.
Yeah, sure. So basically, what Vaultka aims to do is that we're trying to be a catalyst for the perpetual dexes. So far we are on Arbitrum, but maybe in the future we will also expand to other chains. Yeah. So as everyone understands, the future of trading of DeFi is decentralized, and I would say the success they won't live long, and basically everyone is moving to different perp exchanges like JMX, like Val Exchange, Gains, Palmswap also, depending on the chain. And what we aim to do at Vaultka is we aim to amplify those exchanges, to offer different products, to deepen the liquidity, to make the strategies of the liquidity providers even more, to add variety to them, and to give better returns for the people just with one-click strategies. So overall, we just aim to strengthen the DeFi perplex itself. Yeah.
Sure. Thank you. I will start by giving a brief introduction about Palmswap as well. I think you have already shared the whole DeFi wave that is in place, especially after we have seen. I think this wave is getting more rampant and more revolutionary due to two reasons. The one is, of course, we are seeing there are some limitations, which even the centralized exchanges and centralized platforms are not able to remove. And adding to this, I think the most important feature is self-custodial. People are getting more and more concerned about where their funds are stored, and also who controls or owns the funds, those funds truly. people are like, as we are progressing, I mean, people are becoming more and more familiarized with decentralized technologies. The one thing that is concerning them, but also they are able to take advantage of is the self custody of funds. So on Palmswap, we aim to provide a very similar, like even centralized exchanges like experience. We are a perpetual DEX that has been built on BNB Smart Chain. Our objective is to provide a very similar experience to how you are trading on Binance Futures, Bybit, etc., like on other centralized exchanges. We want to ensure the same level of powerful trading plus smoothness, scalability, speed that traders want on a DEX with the help of our synthetic architecture and single asset liquidity pools. Now, one thing that is a huge concern for the entire DeFi space. Sorry, there's a lot of noise in my background. Uh, thing is that we all know that liquidity drives everything, almost pretty much everything on DeFi platforms, especially since the time we have seen the introduction of automated market makers, virtual market makers, where we have started building these lending pools, whether it is a lending platform, exchange, DEX, insurance platforms, and so on. All the DeFi platforms have the foundation or the strength of any DeFi platform is because of its liquidity. One thing that I could clearly see with Vaultka, and one of the major reasons also why we partnered with Vaultka, is they are just expanding or amplifying the potential of the overall liquidity that has been uh, stored or been taken advantage of by liquidity providers on perpetual dexes like Palmswap and even on Vaultka as well. So can you please explain, like in general, like all these services, offerings, vaults, like everything which Vaultka is offering to the DeFi platforms, and also how it is enhancing the overall liquidity experience?
Yeah, sure, Vico. So basically, what we do at Vaultka, we have focused ourselves on three different products we are aiming to give. As the first one is liquor series. So basically, what we do here is we provide different strategies for different perp dexes. For example, right now we are already partnered with GMX, and we provide a Delta Natural strategy for the GLP. Also with Gains Network, where we provide leverage strategy for the GDAI, and also with Vaultka Exchange, where we also amplifying the VLP strategy. Yeah, so basically, at one end, the perpdex itself gets much huge benefit in terms of more liquidity, which is one of the biggest concerns so far, I would say, for DEXs, because the liquidity is most important part for DEX, as the people just want to trade and get lower slippage, etc. So basically, we provide better liquidity for the DEXs, and also on the other part, using like our strategies, the users itself who provides the liquidity, they get better API because we are just able to leverage it differently. Because so far we have two different strategies, and we're also working on other ones, but so far it's delta neutral one, which is used for GLP, which basically allows the user to don't lose any money if the price of GLP is rising or falling, because basically GLP is built from the basket of different tokens, including BTC and ETH, which are volatile. And and our strategy allows users to still get awesome API on their stables, but don't have any concern in terms of GLP volatility. Other one is called sake and whiskey. Sake is used for VLP and whiskey for GTI. Those are basically leverage strategies because those exchanges have a little bit different liquidity provider model. They use synthetic pair, which means that every deal is made in USDC terms, and that's why we are being able to safely provide up to 3x leverage, and also a small leak. We are also working to amplify it and allow the users to pick their leverage themselves. So it could go from 2x maybe up to 10x, depending on the user. Yeah. The next project we are trying to provide.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. No, I wanted to understand.
Yeah, please.
I wanted to understand more about the leveraged walls, and of course, when we will talk about the leveraged walls, we will talk about LP tokens as well. So, to all the audience here, I think, although you might have already uh, known what LP tokens are. Maybe you might have already interacted with either our lending pool, with PLP coin, or sorry again for the voice behind me, and also for about the GLP tokens, which Finish already talked about. So I'll just give a brief introduction about the LP tokens to if in case we have new audience here, and then we can start talking about leveraged vaults as well. So LP tokens, if you know or not, I mean they are these tokens that are issued to liquidity providers on decentralized exchanges. Uh, Most of the time, I mean these are the tokens that are issued when the dexes or perpetual dexes they are running on like automated market maker protocols. So usually these LP tokens are used to track individual contributions on the overall liquidity pool. So like for example on Palmswap liquidity pool also you will be seeing that when you are depositing one USDT, you are getting one PLP in return, and then that PLP is staked and automatically on the platform. And for that you start receiving rewards. So for example on Palmswap you receive around 50% of the trading fee, and on top of that, you also receive certain yield for providing liquidity to the platform. But your overall liquidity, of course, it will be I mean, the ratio of the liquidity you have provided. That means liquidity provided by you divided by total liquidity on Palmswap. Uh, Based on this proportion, your rewards will be decided. But they're not like very much different from like other tokens on the same network. It is just that it just keeps the overall proportion and rewarding mechanism to all the liquidity providers very definite, very precise, and of course it is proportionally rewarding. So Finish, one question to you. Let's start discussing about leveraged vaults. What do you mean by leveraged vaults? It is something I think we are also planning to do in future. I've seen you have also done it with other exchanges as well, like GLPs, VLPs, etc. What is the mean? What are these leverage vaults? What are the advantages these leverage vaults are providing to the liquidity providers and also to let's say perpetual dexes like Palmswap?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for the question. So basically, what we aim to do with those leverage vaults is that so they're, to be honest, they're not suitable for each of the exchanges because, for example, for GLP, I don't think that they would be a perfect fit. But for the other exchanges like Vela or just Gates Network or also Palmswap is actually perfect because you're using synthetic pairs, which means that all deals are settled in USDC and the liquidity is provided like directly in the USDC. So basically, what we do at Vaultka is we use our and flash loans to borrow, like just to provide the liquidities and borrows and provide it again, and that allows us to get more leverage on the liquidity provision itself. And that's how basically the API goes higher and like with the leverage itself. We also amplify the V score, V security score, which means the smart contract tracks how safe the position itself is, and if it gets in the orange or red zone, the contract will itself just add some just lowers the leverage itself, so the user doesn't get liquidated. So we're aiming to make it as safe for the user as possible with the best returns. But overall, just reborrowing using AV and flash loans for the LP tokens we're providing. Yeah.
Okay, sure. Thank you. Thank you for the brief answer. Can you maybe add a little bit more about like what type of partnership, of course, using these vaults, Palmswap and Vaultka will be building in the future?
Yeah, absolutely. As I mentioned, I would say this leverage strategy would suit the best for the Palmswap, and it will just allow us to deeper your liquidity at Palmswap because users will just add their USDC, and it obviously will users will also benefit from the strong API we will be providing. And as I mentioned, we are working right now on adding those variety to those strategies, as the users will be able to choose themselves how high they want the leverage itself to be, which I think also could. I mean, the people sometimes love to dig in, to be digging. So maybe it will also they will go for higher leverage, and higher leverage means deeper liquidity for you, Palmswap. Yeah. Also, I need to mention our next product we are working on. It's called Cocktail series. Basically, what we aim to do is to provide a so-called LP index. So basically, what this thing does is it just as I mentioned, when it provides the LP for the pool, you are getting the tokens in return, and that's your share of the pool. And what our LP index will do is that it will just be an overall index of all the perp dexes. So basically, when you own the share of our LP index, you will be earning the share of all the LP dexes which will be included. Obviously, will include GMX, Vela, Gains, Palmswap, and other ones which are dominating right now. So basically, just by participating, you will get a great I would say return from the whole industry itself, from the whole perp dexes overall. So I would say it's just the most safe strategy where you just don't think you don't want to pick maybe certain one, like do you want to go with VLP or GDI. You can just go with this LP index and just get rewards from the whole industry. And as I mentioned, we're all very bullish on the perp dex itself because I think the future is there. So I think investing your funds into this LP index as some secure investment is something smart. Yeah. That will be from my side. Igor. Vigo, you here? Dear listeners, we'll just wait maybe 1 second when Vigo gets back. Yeah. Maybe just meanwhile he's not there. If you have any questions, you can just. Okay, he's here. Vigo, you here? Can't hear you.
More
Can't hear
question.
you.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah. I can hear you. Yeah. Awesome.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. My Bluetooth device got disconnected. Sorry. Yeah,
No problem.
thank you for the answer. That was the most important part we wanted to discuss about what the future of Vaultka plus Palmswap looks like. Next question. I think we have already talked about perpetual dexes. Okay. Let's discuss right now. Are you guys? I mean, right now the features are all only available on Arbitrum, right?
Yeah, exactly. So right now we are based on Arbitrum, and so far we are partnered with exchanges on Arbitrum. But I think in future it will be also reasonable and beneficial for us to expand on other chains. But it's just like so far it's not confirmed. But so can't say anything certain here.
Brilliant. Yeah, I mean, after BNB chain, we are also analyzing other layer two blockchains. So one, especially two blockchains that we're analyzing the most right now is Polygon and Arbitrum. So why did you decide to start with Arbitrum? Like, was it the easy infrastructure, good community? Like, what was the major reason?
Yeah, I would say that there are two major layer two so far, Optimism and Arbitrum. And if you take a look at the PerpDex's niche itself, I would say it's super developed on Arbitrum itself. So it just was, I would say, easy pick, as Arbitrum has the highest TVL, like a part of all layer 2s. And as I mentioned, just so many great PerpDexes, and obviously GMX, the leader in PerpDexes, it's also built on Arbitrum, so it was, I would say, easy choice here for us. But obviously, we're also looking for other chains, as you mentioned. There are also great projects on other chains, and obviously we would be happy to amplify the liquidity. It's and for sure, yeah.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, we will be also exploring. I mean, it is in our roadmap. First, we want to open deposits from multiple chains so that people can just at least deposit USDT on our platform from other chains. And then also, we want to expand our DEX overall in other chains as well. We want to take advantage of multiple communities. We want to make the whole experience of Palmswap V2 to other blockchain protocols as well. So let's see. I think there will be more potential and opportunities to collaborate together when you and us, like Vaultka and Palmswap, both will be expanding to other chains. Awesome. I think we are already reaching to like slight end of this Twitter space. So let's discuss very in general about like perpetual DEX landscape in general. Like what do you think? What are your thoughts on like where the perpetual DEXs are? What are the issues they are facing currently? How they can be solved in the future? And or maybe like how perpetual DEX landscape can evolve in the coming months, coming years. First, you can share your thoughts, and then maybe I can also do as well.
Yeah, Vico, thanks for the question, and absolutely would be glad to hear your take on that. Just before answering, yeah, Vico, absolutely hope that we will meet on some chain someday in the future. Either we will go to BNB or you guys will go to Arbitrum, but I'm sure we will meet somewhere. Absolutely, yes. Okay, so now to the niche itself. Yeah, so basically, I would say Vaultka wouldn't exist if you were not bullish on the perp dexes itself. Doesn't matter which chain it is. As I mentioned, the people are just migrating from sexes because, as you mentioned before, they don't trust them. They don't know where the funds are stored, who has the access. Like if something like can happen as happened to FTX, etc. So they just want to have more security, but also don't have any disadvantages. And I think the main point which perp dexes should achieve is just providing the same level of I would say trading experience, of liquidity, of a variety of pairs, and so on as there is right now on sexes. Because obviously the advantage is that everyone everywhere, like doesn't matter who can trade on those. But if we could solve the liquidity problems, the user experience issues, I think there will be actually no advantages for the users to ever go back to sexes. And that's why Vaultka exists, and we are also trying to make the space better via our strategies, via our LP index. We are also building another product. It's called Bartender. It's actually an analytics product where we just aim to provide the best, I would say, insights, best alpha on those perp dexes. We already have built the dashboard where you can see all the main data about the leading Arbitrum perpetual dexes like GMX, Vela, and Gains, where you can see how much users they have, their liquidity, their fees, their revenue, etc. Yeah, so we just absolutely we believe in the future of this space. We are sticking here, we are building, and yeah, I think it can even be the next catalyst of the upcoming bull run. Why not? Would be happy to hear your take as well, Vico, please. Vico, you here?
Awesome. Yeah, sounds good. Okay, yeah. About the liquidity, I think this problem will continue to persist, and of course, we need to find more and more creative solutions, enhanced leveraged vaults are definitely one of the solution. One discussion we were having in the previous Twitter space we were together in about more concentrated liquidity pools or cross-chain features that we can introduce that can grow this overall liquidity infrastructure and make it more and more interoperable plus scalable for the dexes. I think that will just make the overall trading experience for the traders also very, very smooth. But in the future, I mean, we are already seeing the volumes, especially DYDX and GMX are getting. They are not falling any way short of even the leading competitors, centralized competitors like Bybit and Binance. And especially in the perpetual dex space, we also definitely want to achieve that milestone that even the perpetual dexes can stand head to head against its centralized counterparts. Uh, One thing that I have learned working, talking, being a trader is, I mean, the overall experience, I mean, that matters a lot to the trader. The fee has to be less, the platform needs to be really scalable, and the trades need to be like really, really fast, right? So as soon as we can, as soon as we can keep getting more and more closer to that experience, I think we will be able to acquire more users and also maybe convert the centralized exchange users to decentralized users uh, in the future. Definitely, I think that that's what for me the future also holds.
Yeah,
Okay,
totally agree here. Sure, if you could just solve those issues and make the user experience as good as possible. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to do so because obviously those exchanges, they have just an advantage that everything is on their servers. They don't need to prove anything, etc. So they can just submit the order as fast as possible. But I think with layer twos, with the speed to be achieved with Arbitrum and other, I think it also would be pretty achievable. Yeah.
absolutely. I'm really excited about Ethereum 2.0 on this regard as well. However, we know that the implementation of overall the complete Ethereum 2.0 is going to take, I think, 3 or 4 more years. There are so many stages left uh, for that transition: purge, merge, verge, surge, and so on. But it, overall, we all know that the biggest community, if there is any blockchain that holds, it is Ethereum. But at the same time, the traders, they don't want to pay $150 of trading fees, right? So let's see, maybe 3, 4 years down the line, when Ethereum is also enough scalable, fully proof of stake integrated with low fees and really high throughput and no scalability issues. I'm also really excited to see how many of these dexes will choose Ethereum also at its underlying infrastructure and what it holds for liquidity pool enhancers like Vaultka and also perpetual dexes like Palmswap.
Yeah, absolutely
Okay.
agree. Yeah. We could hear. Nico? Guys, yeah, okay, yeah.
Anyways, yeah, I think that is it. That will be the end of our. Hello.
Yeah, I'm here, yeah.
Yeah. Did you want to add something on that point?
Just maybe if you have any questions from the audience, I would be happy to answer. But guys, if you have any questions, just feel free to write a comment or just raise a hand. We will give you a voice. Would be happy to speak.
Absolutely, absolutely. If you have any questions for any of us, please just raise a voice and we will give you permission to speak, or you can just write down in the comments and then we can answer them.
Yeah, let's just wait maybe a couple of seconds if no one raises and I guess there are no questions
Okay,
left.
sure,
Yeah.
no problem. Yeah. Usually our community is like really, I mean, we know that most of the community is in our European time zones. So maybe we can plan another Twitter space, European time zones. We might get uh, we might more in participation at that time. Anyways, uh, big thanks to all of you for joining us. We will be definitely having more and more deep discussions about Palmswap, Vaultka, liquidity issues, solutions, future of DeFi, future of perpetual DEX, and also the future of liquidity on DEXs. So thank you for joining us. See you until next time. Cheers. Bye bye.
Thanks, guys. Bye bye. Cheers.